In a remote cave in Mexico, a team of explorers stumbled upon an extraordinary discovery that would captivate the world: the skeletal remains of a giant human. Measuring an astonishing height and displaying robust features, this ancient skeleton challenged our understanding of human history and sparked widespread curiosity and debate. As archaeologists delved deeper into the site, they uncovered a wealth of artifacts and clues that hinted at a once thriving civilization, raising questions about the existence of giants in our ancient past. Join us as we explore the incredible story of the giant skeleton found in a Mexican cave and uncover the secrets it holds about our colossal size led to various speculations regarding its origin and the existence of giants in the past. Next to the giant skeleton, researchers found the remains of a large serpent, which appeared to have horns. This discovery fueled intriguing theories about the interactions between these massive beings and their environment. Some locals suggested that the giant may have been killed by the horned snake, adding a mythical dimension to the find. The Krabi giant skeleton has become a focal point for both scientific investigation and folklore. While scientists work to determine the exact age and nature of the remains through methods like carbon dating and DNA analysis, the public is captivated by the idea of giants roaming the earth in ancient times. Number 19. Giants of Doddridge County. In 1930 diameter, this mound contained multiple burials, including the giant skeletons, and was covered with a protective layer of sandstone. The giants discovered in Doddridge County have been linked to the Adena culture, known for constructing burial mounds throughout the Ohio Valley. Some researchers suggest these giants could have been members of the Siouan-speaking tribes, a theory supported by the artifacts found alongside the skeletons. Although they're not the towering giants we're searching for, the skeleton's impressive size still shows that a long time ago there were men who towered over everyone. Number 18. The Cardiff Giant, proof or a hoax? The Cardiff Giant is allegedly one of the biggest hoaxes in American history. Even so, a lot of people still believe that the Cardiff Giant tells a smidgen of truth. It all started with an argument in 1868. After a heated Burgard carved it into a 10-foot-tall figure resembling a petrified man. Together with his accomplice William Newell, Hull buried the giant on his friend's farm in Cardiff, New York. Now, this plan was quite elaborate. Instead of revealing the hoax, Hull waited for nearly a year. On October 16, 1869, he hired workers to dig a well at the exact spot where the giant was buried. Of course, the workers, who had no idea about Hull's plan, believed that they had indeed discovered the body of a giant. Their discovery quickly became a sensation. Newspapers lauded the find, and thousands of people flocked to see the Cardiff Giant, believing it to be proof of ancient giants mentioned in the Bible. Number 17. The relic of Burr Hooker Giant, a mummified grave robbers. For reference, the average person's finger only measures about 3.6 inches for men. Sporey was expectedly astonished by the size of the finger. With its length, it most likely belonged to someone around 16.4 to 19.7 feet tall. To further convince Sporey about the finger's authenticity, Naguib also allegedly showed documents including a certificate of authenticity, a Polaroid photo of the finger, and an X-ray taken in the 1960s. Sporey claimed that the X-ray was consistent with human anatomy, leading him to believe that the finger was the real deal. However, not everyone is convinced. Some speculate it could be evidence of an ancient race of giants, possibly the Nephilim mentioned in biblical texts. Others, however, suggest the finger could belong to a person with gigantism or another medical condition that causes abnormal growth, roughly between 1.7 million and 300,000 years ago. Their impressive size and symmetrical form reflect advanced knapping skills and a sophisticated understanding of tool-making techniques. The hand axes were primarily used for butchering large animals, processing plant materials, and possibly as status symbols or trade items. The discovery of these tools in locations such as Europe, Africa, and the Middle East indicates a widespread technological tradition and suggests that early human populations shared knowledge across vast regions. Notably, the hand axe's size and craftsmanship have sparked debates among archaeologists about their exact purpose. Some argue they were functional tools, while others propose they held ceremonial or symbolic significance. Regardless of their use, giant Ice Age hand axes contain remains that suggest the presence of individuals of unusual stature, leading to speculation about a race of giants once inhabiting the island. The most significant discoveries were made in the 19th and early 20th centuries, where skeletal remains of considerable size were unearthed. Some reports claim that the bones belonged to individuals who stood well over 7 feet tall, a remarkable height for ancient times. These findings have sparked numerous theories about the origins and lifestyles of these supposed giants. One popular theory suggests that the graves could belong to a Celtic tribe, known for their tall warriors, who settled on Lundy Island. Another theory posits that these remains might be linked to Norse invaders or even prehistoric inhabitants. While definitive conclusions are still elusive, the giant graves of Lundy Island continue to captivate researchers and one significant discovery occurred from 1883 to 1884, when P.W. Norris, working for the Smithsonian Institution, excavated mounds in Charleston. Among the finds was a skeleton measuring 7 feet 6 inches long, described as a gigantic human skeleton. Another notable discovery took place in 1959 at the Cresap Mound in northern West Virginia. Dr. Donald Dragoo, the curator of the section of man at the Carnegie Museum, uncovered a skeleton approximately 7 feet 2 inches tall. The heavy bones suggested a person of substantial size and strength. Many of these large skeletons are attributed to the Adena culture, known for building extensive burial mounds throughout the Ohio Valley. Reports and measurements from various archaeological excavations indicate that some Adena individuals were exceptional of a race of red-haired giants. These giants, often referred to as the Si Teka, are said to have been between 6 and 10 feet tall. According to Paiute oral history, the Si Teka were a hostile, cannibalistic tribe that predated their ancestors. This tale was further fueled by the discovery of unusual artifacts and skeletal remains that seemed to support the existence of these giants. Archaeologists found oversized tools, sandals, and other items that pointed to inhabitants of considerable size. Skeptics argue that these findings have been exaggerated and that the remains are simply those of large humans or are misinterpreted due to the natural mummification process. Despite the controversies, the legends and discoveries of Lovelock Cave remain a fascinating topic in California. Glidden's excavations, conducted between 1919 and 1930, yielded numerous skeletal remains and artifacts. According to Glidden, many of the skeletons he unearthed measured between 7 and 9 feet in height, with some reaching as tall as 10 feet. These giants, he claimed, were part of an advanced seafaring civilization that once inhabited the Channel Islands. Glidden's findings attracted significant attention, and his collection was eventually displayed in a small museum on Catalina Island. However, his methods and claims were met with skepticism from the scientific community. While the Smithsonian Institution verified some of the remains as legitimate, many of Glidden's discoveries were later discredited as exaggerated or misidentified. Despite the controversy surrounding Glidden's work, the Catalina Island